Stop wasting years as an SDR. Here are the exact 3 steps that I use to fast-track my promotion from SDR to account executive in record time. Nail these steps just once, and you'll make a lasting impression on your future boss, unlock a clear promotion roadmap, and position yourself to secure your future 6-figure account executive role. Step 1. Craft an email message so compelling and professional that your future account executive boss can't help but meet with you. Here's an example of a message I put together for one of my Tech Sales Accelerator coaching clients at VMware, a big enterprise tech company. This is exactly what they sent, and I want you to pay attention to the principles at work and steal this to craft your own message to your own future boss. Email subject line, connecting. Just keep it simple, make it one word. You're reaching out to connect in a conversation. Fortunately, your future boss is at the same company, and this isn't a cold prospect, so you can keep it simple like this. Alexis, congratulations on the new role and welcome to VMware. This was an example of bringing a personal touch to the start of the email for the rest of the email to flow through a rosy lens. In this case, my student's future boss was new to the organization, so this made sense to bring as a personal touch. However, your future boss may have been at your organization for a long time, so turn to their LinkedIn profile to find personal nuggets about their values, their interests, their hobbies, recent things that have been going on in their life that they're posting about, and use that to bring a personal touch to the start of your email. My account executive, Paul, spoke very highly of you, and I'm reaching out proactively because although I'm early on in my SDR tenure, I'm already very clear that my number one goal is to earn the opportunity to work for you as an account executive. This brings even more of a personal touch and a sense of familiarity, alluding to your account executive who is on the team of your future boss. Also, this message embeds a little bit of flattery by saying that account executive on their team thinks very highly of them. Flattery gets you everywhere, even when your audience knows that you're flattering them. Also, this message gets right to the point and acknowledges your intentions for reaching out, and it shows hunger and initiative. You want to earn the opportunity to work on their team. I love saying that I want to earn the opportunity because it implies that I'm taking ownership and I want to do what's in my control to make this happen. I'd like to set up some time for an introduction to discuss Bullet 1, your path to success in sales. Bullet 2, how I can contribute at the highest level to your team's success today. And Bullet 3, what I need to do to shape my experience to make myself into the most valuable AE candidate possible come time for promotion. You're showing curiosity about them, you're showing you get the game, and the impact you make impacts them and the account executive team's success, including your future boss's success, and you're showing ownership again to want to understand what it's going to take to position yourself to be on their team and be the best candidate possible. Now you can round out this message asking for the meeting in one of 2 ways. 1, if you work at an organization that uses Google and you have shared calendars where you can subscribe to your future boss's calendar, you could look at their calendar and cross-reference yours to recommend a couple time slots that you know is going to work for them. So if that's the case, have a call to action that looks like this. It looks like you have some time on X day at Y time. Would that work for you? Now, if you're at an organization where you don't have visibility into other people's calendars, your call to action will look something like this. Is there a time this week that works best for you? Happy to accommodate your schedule. Cheers, Chris. You ask for a time that works and you show your willingness to make this meeting happen and adapt to their schedule. Approach your first message this way and you're going to show a personal touch, initiative, and professionalism, and they're going to say yes to meeting with you. Step number 2 is to treat that introduction like a discovery call to highlight your sales skills and flip the conversation into your promotion blueprint. Here's the exact 3-step framework that works every time. The fundamental mindset tip behind this framework is that your interview for your next promotion starts with your first interaction with your future boss, and it's an opportunity to show them your sales skills, how you approach discovery, your professionalism, and to get an exact plan and understand exactly what's needed to set yourself up to be a better account executive candidate than your peers in the eyes of your future boss. Step number 1 is to kick off the call with a formality to assess their current mood and personality style, and then bring a personal touch. So when my future boss joins the conversation, I'll start by saying, "Hey Alexis, thanks for making time. How's your day going so far?" I then pay attention to how Alexis responds to see if they're high energy and in a good mood, low energy and in a bad mood, and see what their personality style is like, and I meet them there wherever they're at. From there, I'll bring a personal touch to show some thoughtfulness that I'm actually interested in them. In the case of Alexis, maybe I looked at their LinkedIn profile and I saw in their headline that they said they're a coffee connoisseur. So I might say something like this: "By the way, Alexis, I saw in your LinkedIn headline that you're a coffee connoisseur. I'm curious, what coffee did you have this morning?" Alexis might laugh and share a bit about the coffee that she drank this morning, and then from there, I can acknowledge and riff off of what she shares. At the end of the day, the purpose of this personal touch is to show interest in Alexis and to allow Alexis to feel seen, heard, and acknowledged, which is a fundamental human need that we're all looking for. Step number 2 is to share an agenda to structure the conversation and show that you respect their time, and then to get feedback on the agenda to make sure it sounds good to them. That might look something like this: "Alexis, I want to respect your time today, so I put together an agenda for the conversation, and please let me know if it works for you. First off, I'd love to learn about your path to success. Secondly, I want to understand how I can bring the most value to your account executive team in my current role today. Thirdly, I want to understand how to make myself into the most valuable account executive candidate possible come time for promotion. And lastly, I'd like to figure out next steps to continue to build our relationship." Does that work for you? Bring a thoughtful agenda like this, and your future boss is going to be really impressed. Step number 3 is to ask these 5 thoughtful questions. Question number 1. I noticed that you've been successful at insert past companies or past roles and achievements, and I'm curious, what have been the biggest keys to your continued growth and success in sales? So what's the purpose behind starting off with this question? This question's designed to get them talking and feeling good while giving you ammunition to mirror them and show you possess the exact qualities that they share with you. People buy from and people hire people that they like, and they like people who are perceived as similar to them. So really pay attention to what they share when answering this question and take notes. And here's a pro tip. You don't want to turn it into what feels like a clinical investigation where they're being interviewed asking one question to the next. You can avoid that and turn things into what feels like a natural conversation by acknowledging what is shared after you ask one question and showing your active listening and asking other follow-up questions to probe deeper into the topic. So question number 2 is, I've been thinking about how I can bring the most value to your team in my current role today, and Paul, my account executive on your team, said I could help him by running more discovery calls with lower potential accounts to take some work off his plate to increase his capacity. But I'm curious, what's your perspective on how I can best help us all win together? Another discovery question pro tip is to ask better questions by giving your audience context on the question you're asking. That's going to show thoughtfulness in asking your question and also help them give you a better answer. Now, what's so powerful about this specific question is that it shows you want to bring value and help your future boss win today, and it tells you exactly how you're going to bring more value to them in your current role, which will allow you to understand the blueprint to building more influence with your future boss. What they tell you here is gold, so make sure to pay attention and take notes, because if you can follow through and deliver in the areas that they tell you, you are going to rise to the top of their candidate list, and no one else will be able to compete with you. Question number 3 is, Alexis, I'm very clear I want to work for you come time for promotion. What can I be doing today to make myself into the most valuable account executive candidate possible? This question is extremely powerful, and the specific language, make myself into the most valuable candidate possible, shows that you take ownership for your development, and the answer you get will tell you exactly what you need to be successful. Question number 4. What are concerns you might have around candidates who are making the transition from the SDR role to the account executive role? A fundamental aspect of selling, including selling yourself into your future promotion, is uncovering objections so you can understand how to proactively neutralize those objections. You want to pay attention to what your future boss shares with you. Maybe it's lack of closing experience is a concern. And then you can proactively shape your experience coming away from the conversation to address that gap. You can talk to your account executives to understand how they close deals, to be able to steal their stories. And maybe you can work with one of your account executives to allow you to run a discovery call for a smaller opportunity and even run the next steps to progress the opportunity to closure. And question number 5 is the cherry on top. You have to ask this one, and it might look something like this. Thank you so much for all you've shared. I learned so much in the conversation, and I took notes on all of it so I can follow through and apply what I learned. I'd like to continue to build our relationship to keep you updated on the successes I'm having and continue to learn from you. Would you be open to a quarterly meeting? My personal commitment is to come in with an agenda and make the most of your time every time. The purpose behind this question is to share gratitude, your intention to build a relationship, and it also shows your ability to close on next steps. Your ability to close is going to be really important, especially in your first closing role. Getting your future boss's agreement to a rhythm of communication on a quarterly basis, which is a very reasonable time frame, it's not like you're asking for weekly or monthly, is a huge win. And it's in this communication rhythm that you'll be able to build the relationship and the trust that will separate you from any other account executive candidates, whether it's other SDRs trying to get promoted like you, or even external candidates. Having a personal relationship that's built over multiple touch points is the ultimate differentiator that's going to land you your future promotion. Step number 3 is don't let that meeting go cold. Here's the exact follow-up and follow-through that cements your future promotion. First off, within an hour, send a personalized follow-up thank you email. Subject line, thank you. And in the email, share something personal about them that you appreciated, that you acknowledged, key takeaways from the conversation, and highlight next steps. The more detailed and personal your follow-up, the more you show that you actively listened, and that's going to build even more trust and really impress the hiring manager. Step number 2 is a continual process. Between this first conversation with your future boss and the next quarterly meeting, you're going to want to apply what they taught you and then celebrate with them your successes. Let's say you set a meeting in a high-value account for your account executive that aligns to your future boss, and maybe you help that account executive progress an opportunity and run a great discovery call, and you applied specifically what was shared from your future boss. You want to let them know about that success, send them an email maybe, or a chat if you have an internal chat like Google Chat or Slack, and let them know about it and give them credit. In sales, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. Being squeaky is marketing yourself and your successes and sharing that with your future boss. The oil in this case is going to be trust with your future boss and eventually that promotion. This is a key part of selling yourself internally, and it's useful not just in getting promoted from SDR to account executive, but I also use this to get promoted from inside sales at Google Cloud to field sales at Google Cloud at 26 years old, one of the youngest in the organization. All you got to do is follow through on your word, have integrity, and I know it's easier said than done, and deliver and keep your future boss updated. And then other candidates who are competing with you when it comes time for promotion, again, they could be current SDRs at your company moving up to AE or external candidates, they will not stand a chance because you have such a high level of trust and you've brought so much value to your future boss already. So there you have it. This is the exact approach and framework that worked for me to get promoted from SDR to AE at Oracle, as well as inside AE to field account executive at Google Cloud. Steal this, make it happen, and get promoted quickly in 1 year or less, and then celebrate with us here in the comments. By the way, if you're hungry to get promoted from SDR to AE and you want to do it faster than your peers, I'm looking for 5 current SDRs, either in big tech or the startup world, to work with me on a one-on-one coaching capacity. We're going to have calls every week, and we're going to build your promotion blueprint. I'm going to coach you up in cold calling, cold emailing, and creative outbound strategies, productivity, everything you need to get promoted within 1 year or even less, depending on your tenure in your current SDR role. I've worked with SDRs at Oracle, Google Cloud, VMware, and top startups like Ramp, so I'm going to get you there faster, and I really enjoy this work. It's really meaningful to me, and I'm all in on my business tech sales accelerator, so you're going to get all I've got. If this sounds like something that you want to be a part of, then book time with me at my Calendly link, linked in the description of this video, and you can apply to work with me. Again, I've got room for 5 more people, and I'd love for that to be you. Thank you for showing up and being a part of this growing tech sales community, and I respect you for investing in your personal and professional development to your success in tech sales and in life. Happy selling and happy living, and we'll see you in the next one.